Today we will talk about the ways to improve English listening skills. So let's be honest, listening is one of those skills that seems simple on the surface, but it can be surprisingly tough. You hear English all around, TV shows, podcasts, YouTube videos, even conversations at work or school, but actually understanding it, that's another story. I've met so many learners who say, I can read and write well, but when someone talks to me in English, I get lost. And that's totally normal. You're not alone. Let me tell you something interesting. When we learn our first language as babies, we don't start by speaking or reading. We listen a lot. We hear voices all day long, our parents, cartoons, music, and as slowly we start to understand. Then we begin to speak. It's the same when learning English. Listening is the foundation. If you can understand what's being said, you're already halfway to being a fluent speaker. I remember this one time I was on a Zoom call with some native English speakers from different countries. One person was from Texas, another was from Liverpool, and someone else was from New Zealand. The accents were so different. At first, I was like, wait, are they even speaking the same language? I couldn't understand every word, but after a few minutes, I started getting the main idea. That's the key. You don't need to understand every single word. Just get the overall meaning, get the flow. That's real listening. Now, one big thing I've noticed is people often confuse hearing with listening. Let me explain. Hearing is passive. You might hear a car honk or someone talking nearby, but you're not really paying attention. Listening, though, that's active. It means you're focused. You're thinking about the meaning and you're trying to remember it. When you practice English listening, you want to train your brain to stay present. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're watching a movie in English. You're tired after work, so you put it on in the background while scrolling through your phone. That's hearing. But now imagine you watch the same movie again, this time with subtitles. You pause to catch difficult sentences. You rewind the part you didn't catch. That's listening. That's how real improvement happens. And don't worry if you don't understand fast-talking native speakers. Believe me, we've all been there. Native English can sound like a blur. People speak quickly, use idioms like hit the sack or spill the beans, and they often don't pronounce every word clearly. But the more you expose yourself to natural speech, the more you'll understand. It's like your ears need time to wake up to the rhythm and sounds. A few months ago, a student of mine said, I watched an episode of Friends without subtitles and understood 40%. That's terrible. And I told her, no, that's amazing. Understanding 40% of a fast-paced, idiomatic show like that is a win. Next time, it'll be 50%, then 70%. Celebrate that progress. So what can you actually do to improve your listening? One great place to start is with a slow, clear English, like English learner podcasts or YouTube channels designed for your level. Start simple, then build up. Just like in the gym, you don't start by lifting 100 kilos. You start light and grow stronger. And subtitles, yes, use them at the beginning. Watch a video with subtitles the first time, then watch again without them. See what you can catch. I like to recommend the watch 3 times rule. First, with subtitles. Second, with subtitles off. Third, pause and repeat difficult parts. You'll notice things you missed the first time. Shadowing is another awesome method. That's when you repeat what you hear right after the speaker. You don't need to be perfect. Just copy the rhythm and tone. It trains your ear and your speaking muscles. I do this with movie scenes sometimes. I pick a short dialogue and repeat after the actors. It helps me sound more natural, and I even learn new phrases along the way. Another fun technique is dictation. Listen to a short audio clip, pause, and write down what you hear. Then check the transcript if available. It sounds a bit old school, but it's super effective for noticing pronunciation, connected speech, and missing words. And don't forget the power of summarizing. After listening to a podcast or watching a video, try to explain it to a friend or even just to yourself. Say, okay, this video was about how to stay motivated when learning a language. The speaker gave 3 tips. That kind of self-summary checks your understanding and improves memory. Now let's talk about accents. English isn't just one accent. There's British, American, Australian, Canadian, Indian, and many regional ones too. At first, you might understand one accent more than another, and that's fine. Just don't limit yourself. Try to listen to different accents over time. For example, start with an American show, then try a British YouTube video, and maybe a podcast with an Australian speaker. One of my friends once said, I understood every word in a podcast from London, but I couldn't follow a Texas accent at all. That's okay. It takes time to train your ear to different varieties. By the way, don't be afraid to ask people to repeat themselves. If you're talking to someone in real life and didn't understand, it's totally okay to say, sorry, could you say that again? Or, what does that mean? People usually appreciate the effort you're making and will gladly slow down or explain. Listening and the speaking go hand in hand. The more you listen, the better you speak. If you hear natural sentences often, you'll start using them naturally too. So even if you don't have a speaking partner, just repeating phrases out loud can help you become a more fluent speaker. One of my favorite things to do is repeat short lines from movies. Try this. Watch a scene, pause after one sentence, repeat it out loud, then play it again to compare. It's fun and really boosts confidence. And please, don't be too hard on yourself. Learning to understand spoken English takes time. At first, you might feel like nothing is making sense, but little by little, you'll notice progress. Maybe you'll understand a YouTube video without subtitles, or you'll catch a joke in a movie. Those are huge steps forward. So remember, keep practicing. Be consistent. Even 10 minutes a day can make a difference. Listen while cooking, while walking, or while taking the bus. The more you surround yourself with English, the more natural it becomes, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Don't just focus on what you don't understand. Celebrate what you do understand. Every word you catch, every sentence you follow, that's progress. That's success. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope these ideas help you feel more confident in your English listening journey. I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep listening, keep learning, and keep moving forward.